So, apparently we're hand looping now in Radiant Typhoon. Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, I wanted to take a look at Radiant Typhoon again, because I think the first time I looked at it, well, it was very different from what it is now. Just different deck. I looked at it the first time, it was drastically different. I checked it out again, and it plays... Well, we'll get into that. It is fairly different, for the most part. The notable inclusion is the fact that we're playing Manifestation. I said this card was bad. I still think this card is bad. Having played with it, I still think this card is bad. But almost everyone was playing at least one copy, if not multiple. I've seen decks with 3 of this. That's all I'm going to say. We're also playing 3 Ascendants. Sure. And then the rest of this is pretty similar. Oh, also previously I wasn't playing Sheena. Yeah, this card's crazy. Of course it is. It's very good for this deck. I just was poor last time and didn't have the ability to play it. As for the rest of the cards, is pretty simple. We're playing the 1 Meghala, the 3 Eldam, and 3 Swen, as well as 3 Corrosia, and then 1 apiece of Vararoon and Phonix. And then the rest are the Quick Plays, Chant, Vision, and Ascendance at 3, 2 Manifestation, and then 3 MST. We're also playing, of course, a few other additional non-engine that have Ash, Maxi, and Fua for our hand trap monsters, and then Super Polymerization as our quick play board breaker style card. Of course, we're playing Called By as well as the Mandate, and that is it. Also 2 Sheena. As for the extra deck, pretty simple. We're playing the Super Poly targets, Mudragon, Garura, Earth Golem, and Secretarion. And then we are playing Totem Bird as our only Xe monster that is not... I don't know. It's basically our only Xe monster. We're also playing 2 Enter Blathanier. You could probably get away with 1. But, notably, you can make this off of Vararoon and Phonix, and then just hand loop your opponent in addition to everything else for some reason. So that's fun. Anyway, we're also playing Typhoon. Then we have a few Link monsters, Great Fly, Win. Notably, this card can summon Ripper. I don't know why that's information, but that's cool. Ripper is a wind for some reason, which is very funny. We also have SP. We have Vararoon 2 of this one. Eidolon. We have a Doomeagle and the Simorph. I never really summoned the Simorph, but it's also not terrible, right? If you have a way to, like, link into this guy, it's not hard to summon, necessarily. And then you also get Corrosia during the end phase or something of that nature. It's not terrible. It's not exceptional, but it's not terrible to have. Just target protection. Pretty good. This also could be literally anything else. You could play the 3rd Vararoon. That's also available to you. But that's going to be it. Let's hop into the replays and show you how this deck performed. Alrighty, so here we are going first, and pretty solid hand. Obviously, in draw phase, we're going to activate the Vision, which will probably be Ashed. Okay, now this hand is terrible. I am going to go for the MST just to reset the Vision so that we have the ability to draw 2. I feel like that is more important here. Basically, our only interaction here is Super Polymerization. I could go for, like, Ascendant to draw MST, which I believe I do, actually. We're going to set the Vision here. Yeah, I do go for the Ascendant just to grab MST. I feel like just thin the deck even more, just even a tiny bit more is worthwhile. And because now they think that this is MST, they might not play around some of the other interactions. So that's the idea there as well. They're going to go for case. They're going to go case for K9. And then, yeah, well, there you go. There's Raisin. I'm going to Ash that. I really just don't want them to have the attributes. So I'm like, okay, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It might have been a bad Ash. I mean, I know that they have... Well, there you go. There's Izana. Yeah. Okay, I draw 2. Pitch the MST, keep the Super Polymerization. I have Sheena, which does nothing. It actually just doesn't do anything. They also drew the Stake Your Soul. Sure. Outcome start. Grab Yokel. Yokel for Lantern. Yeah, okay. I have Force Release. Sure. Yokel. Yeah. Go for the Ripper effect. They're going to grab the Yokel again. Sure. And out comes Jax. Sure. Now they activate the effect on the Jax. See, they didn't play around Super Polymerization. Hell yeah. Notably, because this card targets, we can just send it away. And now we have a free Garuba. Hell yeah. And also notably, because of the way that Ripper works, it only negates effects, which means we get the draw. It's not a great draw, but it is a draw at the very least. And we survive. Hip hip hooray, we're not dead. Let's go. And we draw incredible. We're going to special summon out the Swen. They're going to immediately go for the Force Release. And guess what? Super Poly 2! Wow, what a cool card. I hate Super Polymerization with passion. We're going to go for the Super Polymerization into Mud Dragon, but notably we did get the Swen. We're going to grab Chant, Hey Pip Array, no Droll, Pog. I declare Wind. They're going to go for the Raisin. They're going to go for the Holly Sue. And I'm like, excuse me, do you have something? No, they don't. Fantastic. We're going to go for the Eldam. Eldam is going to grab Crocia. We're going to tribute some of the Crocia, activate its effect, and my opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes. Yay, Radiant Typhoon. Alrighty, once again, we are going first, and that's 2 Super Polys in our hand. We're going to start off here with Chant. We're going to grab to our hand the Eldam, and then we're going to activate the Vision. We're going to pitch the Trap here, because we could just grab it off of something else. Out comes MST with the Ascendants, and then we go to the main phase. We're going to special summon out the Eldam, Imperm. Okay, that kind of sucks. Notably, though, we do have at least a Shin here, or a Sheena, to bounce, so that's pretty good. But of course, why wouldn't they? Also, sorry, it kind of went fast there, but Disablaster is kind of funny. It's a phrase 5, so this is pure. This is just pure Canine. So cool. I'm gonna go for the Super Polymerization, pitching Super Polymerization to go into the Mud Dragon, and cool. That eats their field. Also, one thing to keep in mind: these cards have text which say 2 or more cards in the opponent's hand, they can be normal summoned. So I'm going to try and keep 2 cards out of my hand. We're just going to go combat here. This is actually a mistake. What I should have done is just go for the Liger Dancer. Not Liger Dancer. What am I talking about? Win. Liger Dancer. I don't know. Win. Win, grab back, Ripper. And then from there, we could have made the Samorph, which could have summoned the Crocia. So it's a bit of a goof on my part. And in fact, I don't even think I do that with this here. Oh, no, I can't make that. I can't make that. Right, because it needs a Winged Beast. So never mind. We go for the Doom Eagle here. We just go to combat, walk into the field. During battle phase, I'm going to put back the Lupus, and then just set another card. Also, I put this in the wrong zone. Don't worry about it. Let's see what my opponent has. They're going to go for the Lantern here, and I'm just going to attempt to shuffle away. It resolves. Fantastic. They go for Typhoon. Okay. Walk into the Doom Eagle. Sure. Set 1. Pass the turn. You may be wondering, why did we not immediately MST this? And the reason for that is because if I draw Crocia, if I draw Vararoon, or if I draw Phonix, all of those... Actually, Phonix wouldn't activate because of the Typhoon. But if I draw the other 2, those want to see the MST activate. So there's that. And for all the other things that we could draw, Eldam, etc., or even just like another one of our quick plays, we could potentially use that with the MST as well. So we draw Swen. Cool, fantastic. I'll just use the MST here. It was cross out. Cool. They didn't even elect to cross out there, but that's fine. We're going to go for the Chant. Chant effect is going to activate. We're going to grab the Eldam. We're going to special summon out the Eldam. We're going to activate its effect, and we're going to grab out the Crocia. Then we're going to tribute summon the Crocia. We're going to activate its effect. You get it, right? Because my opponent does. Good game. Alrighty, here we are once again going first. That's a pretty good hand. We're going to start off here with the nothing, because there's not really a point to searching in the draw phase. I'm going to go for the infip here on the Swen. Makes sense. If you're wondering why I'm starting with Swen, it's because if we get drolled, we at the very least would be able to like activate Chant or something of that nature that we would search off of it. That's fine. We're going to go for the Eldam. We're going to go for the Mekhala, and then immediately go into the Eidolon. Now we can activate the effect of the Eidolon to grab up another MST. Fantastic. Now we activate the Ascendants. Cool. Activate the MST. Cool. Pop the Ascendants. Grab up the third MST off of the Ascendants and trigger all of these effects in sequence. Place, face up, set, and then summon the Crocia. Crocia is going to grab Manifestation and the MST from Grave. I'm going to go for the Manifestation. I'm also going to pop it so that we can reset it. And out comes the Vararoon in the Grave. Activated the effect of the Ascendants, not Ascendants. We're going to set the Manifestation, and then pop it again with the MST, which triggers it again. Guess what? It's not a once per turn to reset itself. I don't know why that's the case. Anyway, it's fine. It triggers the Vararoon. We're going to link it into the Doom Eagle here, and then it set the MST, pass the turn. Cool. Let's see what our opponent can accomplish. They're going to go for the Ascendants. Cool. Hey, guess what? That triggers my cards. I don't know why that's the case, but it does. Out comes SnowiKs. Cool. They're going to go for the Eldam. Eldam effect is going to activate. I'm going to activate the Eidolon, or sorry, the Vararoon. They're going to activate their MST, targeting my MST. I go for my manifestation, my mandate to negate their MST. They're going to go for their vision to draw cards and then droplet. Yeah, you can't really do anything about that. So, yeah, away goes my MST, but that's fine. Okay, I don't understand the idea behind this of why did we not activate target mandate? Like, come on. It's going to cost them the game. Literally, it is going to cost them the game here. And, yeah, you'll see. They're going to go for the Corrosia. They're going to go for the Swan. Activate its effect to grab up the Ascendants. They're going to into the Eidolon. And then they're going to activate the Eidolon to grab up the MST. They're going to then activate the effect of the Ascendants and the MST, targeting the Ascendants. And hey, is that a motherfucking MST? Guess what? I get to activate my effect. You activate the MST. I activate my effect of Mandate, targeting their Vararoon, the Eidolon, negating its effects. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Now they can't activate its effects. Out comes the Swen. Or not the Swen, the Eldam and the SnowiKs. They're going to go to combat. They're going to walk over the SnowiKs, which is a choice. And then they're going to called by the SnowiKs. Now, I have Ascendants. They know I have Ascendants. I could have special summoned. Actually, no, I couldn't have special summoned this guy. But, I don't know what the point of this does, right? Them targeting their own SnowiKs. Or, I should say, my SnowiKs. While, yes, it means that I don't get access to its effect. Doesn't really matter, because they also don't get theirs. So they're going to activate the effect and then just not have it. Anyway, out comes Retronari, which is a choice. I don't know why we're playing this card. Could not tell you for the life of me. But okay, we're going to go for the Ascendants, and at this point my opponent just concedes, seeing the writing on the wall. The thing is, they didn't really have anything. I had Mandate up. Anytime they activate an MST, I just gotta go, no, right? But on top of that, I get to go Ascendants and bring back a whole bunch of guys, and I mean, they didn't kill me. They didn't really do anything, so, nice droplet. All right, we're back with the deck, and honestly, this deck is boring. I wish that wasn't the case. But this deck is boring. After playing it, like, 10 times, you play, like, 10 duels with it, and you're just like, oh, I've done everything. That's it. What do you want from me? This deck is really simple. It's really boring. It's not all that interesting. There's not a ton of gameplay for it. I don't know. It's fine. It's good. Like, it's a good deck. I'm not saying it's not. But my biggest gripe is the fact that it's really bland. It's like unflavored oatmeal. Like, brother, at least add some sugar or something. Please. Nope, not allowed. Yeah, Manifestation's a fine card, you know, Ascendance is pretty good. Being able to search out MST is really good. There's a lot of back row just in general, and being able to disrupt the back row, you know, being able to pop the quick play from the canines, being able to pop like the trap card from Vanquish Soul, being able to pop the yummy quick play, being able to pop like all of these other cards and force them into like more rough situations where they're less useful is solid. Like, these are solid effects, right? Sheena's a crazy, just kind of auto win style card against a lot of decks. Just being able to bounce the entire hand is insane. Being able to go enter Blathnir, which I didn't even show because I never needed it. I mean, yeah, it's nice. However, I don't know, the deck's just not really all that interesting. It just kind of plays itself. Again, my biggest gripe with it is that it's boring. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's like... I also just don't like the way that these cards are designed. Like, every single one of these cards just... There's something about them that's frustrating, right? Like, oh, if they're destroyed, they don't have a once per turn on that effect. They can search MST in addition to all of their other effects, right? You know... You search 10,000 MSTs, right? Mandate is an Omni Negate on top of all of the other things that it does, right? The Link 2 is kind of insane, being able to search out MST and place the face-up trap and be removal. Corrosia's one of the craziest searchers ever. Hey, as it turns out, it special summons itself and searches multiple cards and has the ability to also be tribute summoned because of the fact that these cards don't require any sort of restrictions to freely special summon them, which is another problem, right? Is the fact that these guys are generic, don't have restrictions, and give you just free bodies. They're just better Terror Top. They're just better Terror Top. Because you also get access to things like Vision and Chant and MST and stuff like that you can search in addition to whatever else the other cards do. It's very silly. I don't know. Lots of things that rub me the wrong way in this and the way that they are designed. And it's pushed in a way that's boring. Like, it could be doing something cool, but it's not. It's like, yeah, cool. Summon a guy from grave. Summon a guy from hand. You know? I don't know. It does things cool. Sorry. I'm going to backtrack. I do think that what it does is interesting. I think the way that they utilize MST is cool. The problem is that a lot of the cards are really, really heavily pushed in a way it just becomes frustrating because the Radiant Typhoon cards almost don't need MST to be good, right? Like, Eldam and Swen are just free guys, right? There's no restriction. There's no downside. Here's a guy. Here's a guy for free. And that's just so lame. I like restrictions in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's what makes it interesting. It's like the mana systems in a lot of other games. If there's no mana system, the restrictions are what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has. And I think if you take that away, it makes a lot of really boring cards and a lot of really boring decks. Look at Habakiri. That's my thoughts. I would like to see just at least something, right? At least Crocia does lock you into wins. That's cool. If you get the search, you locked into wins. At least it's something. But the rest of these cards are just like obscenely overpowered. They're just way too powerful, and it's kind of boring. They're not powerful in a fun way. They're just like, all right, here you go. Here's free guys. Here's free searchers. Here's free everything. There's no real downside. There's no restrictions. There's no, you got to play this, or you got to, you need to play this Garnet or something of that. Nope. Here's a guy. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, I like us very much. So appreciate it. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.